Ta-da. I heard the wind blew. I heard the wind blew, and it sounded like it was like, like in a movie.
See, it's because I called the Dementors because I sound like Voldemort. Harry Potter. I sound just fucking... I sound just...
That should have been your theme song entrance.
How do you know it wasn't and you just stepped all over the punchline? Harry Potter theme song. How does Harry Potter go? Oh, yeah. Oh, you're so smart. I was going to sing Harry Potter instead of theme song. Theme song. Theme.
Copyright.
Theme.
Right.
Fucking, are you just trying to get us sued? No, it's a parody.
I was saying we were, infringing on their copyright.
Yeah, so I said it was a parody so we don't get sued.
No. Sue us for what? $30?
You have $30?
No?
I want $30.
Can't give it to you.
Welcome.
Welcome to our little show.
Welcome to our show.
When wife gives you a handful of lemons, sometimes she throws them at you. Sometimes she just hands them to you.
I thought you were going to say when wife gives you a hand job.
Welcome to When Wife Gives You Hand Jobs. That's our new OnlyFans page.
With lemons.
It's called Hand Jobs.
It's called Hand Johns.
Hand Jobs. It's where she just gives me hand jobs for anywhere, all the time, in different videos, all the time. We're somewhere in public getting hand jobs.
Okay.
We've made $1 million already.
Yep. We could do like fake or real where you're on the massage table and I just molest you in different ways and make that our OnlyFans.
It's true.
Yeah. Our Only Johns.
Only Jones.
Welcome. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Sorry
Hello.
we missed you last week.
Hello.
We went and visited a friend in Vegas, a friend and her daughter. Right?
Yeah, it was just crazy. Because, like, the last time I saw Jordan, she was probably, 16?
She was barely 16, yeah, because Tyler was, 14, and he was, chasing her around the house, basically, remember? He was all, and she was loving that shit. She's all, come on, little boy, this is fun.
Come on, tiny slave, come with me.
Right.
You
Come
shall
on,
do
little
this.
slave boy, you shall do whatever it is I
Your
like.
little house elf. Tyler the house elf.
Right. But no, I know, she's a grown-up now. It's crazy.
Well,
she's a little adult now.
When Diana and I went up to the hotel room to go get her, she was on the bed and she stood up and I go, how the fuck are you an adult? And she's all, I know!
It's wild.
Whoa.
Didn't it?
You're just
I was having conversations with her like an adult, and it was like, oh my God.
She's
I don't even
girl.
have those adult conversations with our 22-year-old.
Our 22-year-old walked in, hi, and then 5 minutes, I'll be back tonight.
I'll be back later.
Later.
All right, good to see you.
No, it was nice seeing you.
Yeah.
Kid.
Same, yeah. So.
Okay, but before we start anything, I am going to talk shit about our oldest. Okay. And I'm just going to do it. So our oldest, he went to Vegas the week before we went to Vegas.
Oh, you're gonna flex on him, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You're not gonna talk shit. You're gonna flex on him.
I'm gonna annihilate this. Eviscerate. So he comes home, and he's a little hungover. He's on the couch. I'm on the other couch, and he goes, "Joy." I go, "What?" And he's all, "So we went to this bar called Nacho Daddy," and I'm like, "Yeah." That seems like a place a 22-year-old would go in Vegas. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And he goes, well, we took this scorpion shot.
Where they actually drop a scorpion in there.
And I go, okay. And he goes, yeah, but when I took it, it got stuck on my throat, and I had to drink 3 bottles of water to get it down. And the look of disappointment on my face could not be hidden. I was like, huh? And then he's like, and then Andrew tried it, and then Andrew couldn't swallow it, so he kept putting his michelada in the shot glass until he could finally swallow it. And I'm all, Tyler. I go, have you never taken supplements before? Well, what do you mean? And I'm all, dude, I can take a whole vitamin packet plus like 1,000 other things and just swallow it.
And a dick.
And I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be telling my kid this. And then maybe we should be proud that our kid doesn't know how to take a shot, right?
I don't know, unless he was that kind of boy and he likes to take a shot in the mouth.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No, I feel like your mic is not on at all.
Really?
Yeah.
I can hear mine good.
Okay.
I hear you really good.
Okay, well, if you hear you fine, that's fine.
I did turn it down a tiny, tiny bit.
Okay, so anyway, he's like, but Joy, it's a scorpion. Like, you wouldn't be able to do it. I was like, okay. Like, all right. So we get to the casino. We start to check in. They don't have any knowledge of us.
Right, they're like, the guy looked at us like we were at it from space for a minute.
Yeah,
like,
he goes, could it be under a different name? And I'm like, nope, Joy Barnett. And he goes, are you in the right hotel room, kids? And I'm like, yeah.
We're like, here's the confirmation.
So I handed him the confirmation. I was cracking up because, I mean, there's hotel rooms all over Vegas. It's not like we were not going to get a place to stay.
They would have paid for it somewhere else, most likely.
So I was just fucking cracking up. Well, anyway, so we finally get checked in. By the way, we stayed at the Four Queens, which used to be the Apache Hotel. And they treated us like royalty. And 10 out of 10 recommend. Like, the staff.
Sorry, I was trying to do some different things with the sound thing. To try
you should stop. The staff was fantastic. Like, utterly fantastic. So anyway.
They were really cool.
So anyway.
They even said fuck to us a few times.
Yeah, which was like, I'm like, oh, these are my people. So, so John goes out to get the stuff out of the car, and Diana and I go up to get Jordan. And I was like, hey, guys. I'm like, and I already Googled it on the way there. I was like, there is a Nacho Daddy like less than a mile away. And they're like, no, it's like almost right across the street.
Right.
And I go, I need 10 minutes and somebody to record something. And they're like, what? So we walk in and this little girl's like, how many? And I go, no. I just need to take this scorpion shot to show up my child. And she's like, I understand. So I walk and I order the scorpion shot, which is like a shot and a half of tequila with this tiniest little scorpion.
A little baby scorpion.
Like, it wasn't even the size of my tip of my pinky. It was just a dead little
Well, you got a little one.
embryo.
I mean, he had a large one. He had one of those ones you see on, like, TV. They're like 6 inches long.
So I order the stupid thing. They ring a bell. I'm all, no. We don't need to do any of this.
We got a winner.
And
We
everybody's
got
like,
a scorpion winner.
And I'm like, no.
They should have paid you for that then. If they're
So I take it.
Anticlimactic. It was like, bam. Okay, now
I
what?
took a shot. Like, but here's the thing. I was like, that was a $30 shot, right? Guess what? You get to keep the shot glass.
Did you?
Nope. I didn't know. They didn't tell me.
So you left your shot glass?
I slammed it, put it on the counter, and we walked out. Because I just had $30 in cash. So I just...
You need to go back and get your glass.
I know. So in May, I'm going to have to go take another goddamn scorpion shot.
Yeah.
But, so I write Tyler... I text Tyler and I go, there's a scorpion in my stomach. And he's all, it was fun, right? And I was like, maybe for a 22-year-old with a bunch of other 22-year-olds around it. And then he's like, I was just so mad that mine got caught on my throat. And it wasn't my fault.
So
and I was
mad
like,
that I look like a bitch.
I'm so mad my mom can take a shot better than me.
I know I filmed it and sent it to him.
And then I showed it to Brody because Brody's like, I want to see it. And he's like, you just took a shot. I'm like, I just took a shot. Like, it was nothing special about it. Except this little embryo of an aborted scorpion was
And that was pretty much it.
Yeah. And that's about all.
And we played a little bit of bingo. Didn't you win a bingo?
I did. I got blackout. And I knew I was going to win it before they called the game.
True. That's true. As soon as you did, you said, I'm going to win this one.
Yeah, I knew.
And you won.
I won. And then at one point...
We were doing pretty good at the alien game.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that. But then at one point, John left me again. John leaves me a lot. You all need to understand. I get behind by myself a lot.
Not true.
Okay. So you left, and they gave us $5 in free play. So I was playing as $5 on free play, and I won like $60 off of $5 free.
Is that when I went and picked them up?
No, that was the very first night when they went to bed, and we played for a little bit, and you had to go up to the room for something.
Okay.
And then John and I found no. Your mom found this.
Oh yeah, my parents showed up because
Yeah.
they were going to be there anyway, so they showed up and hung out with us for a few
took
hours.
us to dinner. That was cool. And then we went to this. Your mom found this nickel Keno alien Keno
Alien Attack.
and excuse me,
What a
it was
blast.
so much fun.
Seriously, that was
So,
a blast.
At one point, John had to leave to
That's
go
when I
pick
went
up
and
the
pick up
girls.
the girls because they went to Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, and I played on the same $20 for about 3 hours.
That's awesome.
I cashed out $40, and then
Right.
I put $9 in, and then by the time you got there, I had lost it. So I really only spent $10.
We did okay. I mean, we actually got away that whole trip over, for us. I mean, for everything, probably only a couple $100.
Yeah,
for
it was
the whole
pretty.
trip.
It was fun.
I mean, that was room and everything, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, so we went to Vegas. We
Yep.
saw Diana. We saw
It was a
Jordy.
quick trip. Came back. Joy went back to work. I went back to work.
Yeah, it was.
And then I raced Saturday. What did you did? You went to a book signing Saturday. I raced on Saturday, and now I'm just like super burned out on Tuesday.
Oh God! So, but you had to rewind back. Sunday and Monday, I worked the Comedy Store.
That's true. I was with you Monday.
You were with me Monday. I was alone on Sunday. So, yeah, I'm going to tell the story. So we were in the comedy. We were in the green room. John wasn't there. John left
Was it
me.
Sunday?
Oh, it was Monday.
I
John
left you?
wasn't there.
I left you. Damn it! You're like proving this point unintentionally. It's really bad.
And so I don't get intimidated by any of the comedians or the celebrities,
Right.
except for Bill Burr.
I do want to say
Yes.
a reason I leave the green room a lot is when somebody like a Bill Burr comes in, I try to steer clear and be the person who's not in the way.
I get that.
That is a main reason I leave the green room for a lot of the time, because it's like I don't want to be that guy where they're like, because I've heard the people, the green room's so loud and it's annoying, I don't like being in there, and you hear the big people say, I don't want to be one of those people that they're like, that guy's always in there, so
I've seen Rogan make people leave.
right.
Like,
I'm sure you have,
yeah,
which is probably crazy. Like
it is because
he commands it.
he doesn't even like really have to say anything. He just looks at them, and then they just leave. But even Rogan, he walks
likes you.
in and I'll give him a hug, but I've never hugged Bill Burr. I've hugged Anthony. Anyways, I'm not dropping names. So anyway, I finally get up the nerve to talk to Bill Burr because I massage is he a sergeant? Lieutenant? I massaged somebody in the sheriff's department who was doing the helicopter stuff when Bill Burr was doing the helicopter stuff, and at one point they shared a helicopter. And he's like, yeah, I was in the helicopter with some comedian. I was like, fucking who? And he's like, I don't know. I guess he's really big. And I'm all, fucking who? And then he's like, oh, it's Bill Burr. So I'm like, hey, one of my patients flew in a helicopter with you. And he shut me down. He's like, no, I don't think that happened. And I was like, I don't really think he would lie to me. He's like a sheriff. And then he's like, I don't remember. And I was like in my head, I'm like, shut up. And I kept trying to prove it. And I was like, oh my God, Joy, shut up. So he stands up and walks behind me. And I whisper to my friend, Emily, I go, Bill Burr fucking hates me. He was standing right behind me, and he goes, hey, do you want to work on my shoulders? And I was like, oh, please, sinkhole under my asshole right now. I wanted to just, right. So I go, sure. So he gets on the chair, and I look at Emily, and I go, did he hear me? And she's all, yeah. I wanted to cry.
That's so funny.
So that one time I finally bring up the courage. I don't know why he intimidates me.
It's because he kind of comes. It's because his act, the way he comes off, and he does. He comes off. He doesn't. He's not. He's not approachable, but he doesn't seem approachable.
Right. But I mean, I guess Anthony is like that too.
Anthony is the same way. It's an It's not intimidation so much as it's just one of those things where you're like, I don't want to infringe on, I don't want to offend them by talking to them if they don't want to be talked to.
Right.
Like I know some comedians, it's like they're right before their set. The last thing they want to do is hear, have talks with people. Just, they're
like,
thinking about their sets. Or I know Rogan likes to do. He likes to go off on his own for 5 minutes.
Right. He goes into squats.
Right. He doesn't want to talk, and I get it. So
I don't know.
People like Bill Burr or Joe Rogan, things like that, they're a little harder on the approach as far as that goes.
See, but I don't know. There's just something about him. Like I said, Rogan, I'll be like, hi. Like one time we were both leaning against the green room, and he goes, you know what I hate? And I go, me. You're going to say me. And he goes, Joy, I love you. And he hugged me, and I was like, aw. And then he told me, like, his whole story about, like, how he got his manager when he was in news radio and basically was like, I don't really care about the money. I just want to have fun. And still to this day, he has that same manager. Like, fucking that's
great.
Beautiful.
And regardless of what people think about Joe, he lives his life as fun as he can live it.
Yeah.
He does his thing.
Yeah, and why not?
And,
it's fucking
and you know what? He has the means to do so, and he's earned his way there.
Yeah, he
like it or
worked hard.
not, he's earned his way there.
Yeah, so that was my Bill Burr story. And then the Sklar brothers were there on Sunday. I love them. And then Jay Farrow was there on Monday.
I like that guy.
And his energy just makes me really?
What?
Fucking really?
Nobody heard it.
Everybody. Mary's going to be like, well, I heard it.
Mary, you did not hear it.
Mary.
That was not the far you were listening to.
You're so stupid. So Sunday, Monday, Comedy Store. Tuesday, I worked 7 hours, and then we drove to Vegas. We were in Vegas Wednesday. We drove home Thursday. I worked Friday, and then I had an author signing on Saturday, and then I worked Sunday and Monday. I didn't really do shit.
And then here we are.
And here we are. Ta-da!
I did have a couple people reach out and ask why there was no podcast this last week.
Sorry, guys.
But I said the same thing. I said, we were out of town. It was just different. It was a hard week because we were busy and we were constantly going. Some testy moments and things like that. Just it was kind of a tough end of the weekend after a long week, and then now it's like dusting off and trying to move forward for a good week. And there you are on a Tuesday, and I'm tired still.
Oh man.
Go.
So the Irwindale signing, I actually took Brody this time because Brody has always kind of wanted to go to a signing, but it was for
it's a tame signing.
Yeah,
so
it was
for him.
It was in Irwindale. It was for the public library. The lady who runs it, Dominique, she runs such a fun sign. I mean, it's an outdoor signing, and it's just so much fun. There's not a lot of like worry in it, like the swag. Obviously, you can't have wieners all over your table because there's kids. There's adult authors who write kids' books, and then kid authors who write kids' books, and it's a public thing,
right.
So people
there's all sorts of genres,
right? So I don't put out all the weenies, and but it was a blast, and I got to see like my friends, and then one of my very first readers. I met her my very first signing when I only had one book published, and I was sharing a table with someone else. Her name's Jody. She showed up, which was insane.
I kind of remember that.
Yeah.
Did she? I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I was there at the first
and she
time.
had her little niece with her, and I took pictures with her little. Yeah,
and she fangirled on you.
Yeah,
because she's like, I fucking love your shit.
Yeah, and the little girl for some reason fangirled on me.
Right.
Yeah, the little girl's like 20 and pregnant now. I was like, oh my god. But she showed up. She bought like $70 worth of my. She's like, I don't have that one. I don't have that one. I don't have that one. And I was like, okay.
She's like, I forgot all about you. Here, let me buy them all.
And then Heather showed up. Who
Heather always shows up. Heather always shows up. If there's a signing within 400 miles, Heather shows up.
And she's the best.
She's your lesbian friend.
And she's not a lesbian.
I know.
She's not lesbian.
I know.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
You remember when we met her?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, are you lesbian? She's like, oh no, motherfucker.
Well,
I like the D.
And you know what? We all like the D. And so yeah, I got like Heather showed up, and I was like I saw her hair from like far away, and I was like, and it was cool because it was me, Terry, Tanya, Kelly. like,
Everybody was.
it was like a triangle of
trifecta?
awesomeness. Yeah.
You guys had a trifecta.
And it was, but the crazy thing is, I really didn't leave my table. I didn't buy one book.
Wow.
I know. And I was like, dude, I didn't get to talk to any authors. It was just, it went so fast. And then we went to Lazy Dog for lunch. And then I drove home. My phone was dead. Brody was asleep. Luckily, I had the directions on Brody's phone. But then Brody passed out and his phone turned off. So it stopped giving directions. But luckily, like right when it turned off, I saw 5 North. And I'm like, okay, as long as I'm on the 5, I know where I'm going.
Yeah, they did. Had you all twisted.
Yeah. It was crazy.
If you're in Irwindale, you could have just taken 210 all the way to the 210.
You're talking too much about... There's too many numbers. I don't do math. I don't do freeway math.
So you want to talk about the people in the crosswalk?
I don't know. I'm afraid. Like, what if somebody like hurt themselves and then they come and sue us?
So we were driving down the strip.
No, John was driving down the strip.
We were at a light.
John was at a light.
Joy was in the car. She was associated with this.
I'm not an accomplice.
You laughed.
I held it in for like half a block.
You laughed before. Okay, my evil laugh might have happened before we got to the crosswalk, but yours happened as we went through. So anyway, the light turned green. And
this is John's story.
For whatever reason, everybody a block up the road decided they didn't care that their light was a don't walk sign across the strip. They were walking anyway.
No, they were meandering.
Yeah, they were all like, it's like they were stopping to look at the street and just kind of and literally there was in a don't walk zone.
And nobody was looking and they were walking.
So yeah, nobody's paying attention and I'm cruising up, and as I cruise up, I don't know if somebody finally saw the cars coming and started to move fast. And then everybody started to panic that was in the crosswalk because they realized that all these cars are bearing down on them. So then I decide I'm going to honk my horn, and I just lay on the horn, and everybody starts running for their lives. One lady starts doing the dance in the middle of the crosswalk.
No, because her husband fucking left her, and
he was on the other side like, come on, hurry up, you can make it.
You caused a divorce that fucking day.
God, we laughed so hard.
They were crossing, and they weren't very far out. And they just fucking were not paying attention to the stop walking. There is traffic coming.
I mean, it was as green as fuck. Like, they didn't even have... It wasn't even like they were... It had never been good for them. They had jaywalked the street the whole way.
So this husband starts walking, but they're not that far from the median.
Yeah, they're just. Is
that what it's called?
They're a couple lanes in. I mean, they're only like 30. They're right in the middle.
They're right in the middle where the median.
Right, for the median.
Median, that's what I said, booby trap. And so she starts going back to the median, and he starts running across. And then he does not look back once. And he is across the street, and she does like 4 fancy spins.
And she's in heels, by the way, too.
she does like
jeans and heels.
And then she starts barreling. And John's fucking laying on the horn, and these people are probably panicking, thinking they're going to die.
I am fucking laughing.
And I know my eyes are
I want to find their... Oh, my God. I would love to find their Facebook pages.
Oh, they hate you. I
want to find if anybody finds these people, please tell me. And please,
we almost got ran over by a crazy drunk. You were drunk.
Oh yeah,
you were.
Well, I mean,
driving a stolen car.
My windows were down, and I was laughing out loud while the horn was blaring. And I probably did sound a little psycho with the laugh because it was fan. It was a belly laugh.
I was okay until like half a block, and then I just kept picturing this woman do these fancy spins, and then I started laughing because I'm a horrible person.
And this lady, she's with heels on. She's got to be 5'8". I mean, she's tall. Like, she was really tall. She was a thick, tall lady.
She was a thicker.
And she was in jeans and high heels. Like, I was watching her do the circles, and I was laughing because I was like, which way you go? I even said, which way are you going?
And her husband fucking left.
Fuck. And she was literally the last person. There was probably 20 people on the crosswalk when I started. And the guy next to us was laughing too. I'm sorry, he was.
And then so I post a picture of me and John playing, I don't know, video poker or whatever. And one of our fellow author friends, David Michael, look him up.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fucking calls John a zaddy. And we are so old we didn't know what zaddy was. So we did Urban Dictionary zaddy. So it's basically...
You Urban Dictionary zaddy?
You asked me.
Well, yeah, I wanted to know what I was.
And it's basically a daddy with, like, suave charisma.
It means
and
I was a sexy
fucking, like,
bitch.
John's like a fucking peacock. And then he keeps getting hit on. Like,
wait, let's not forget when you asked David what it was, and I was okayed by the gay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. How dare I forget that
Let's get this shit right. Because that's
the
important.
gays gave him a nod.
Fucking right. And let me tell you why. I was telling somebody, I had this argument with somebody the other day, and they don't understand this.
Okay.
I said that. I was telling that story, and they went, you shouldn't tell anybody that. And I said, why? I said, you know what? A compliment from a gay man, a good-looking gay man, is probably one of the best compliments a straight man can have.
I completely agree.
Because it makes you go, okay, God damn it, fucking right, you know? I mean, and they said it wasn't okay to feel that way. And I was like, whatever, dude. Right on. Thanks, David. Appreciate you, brother.
Well, if you remember 1,000 years ago, we were in Vegas for a book signing. We're not saying names. And we were walking down with an author and a PA. And I wasn't even an author yet. And this very flamboyant gay man was handing out flyers. And I think it was like a drag queen something. And he sees John and he goes, who does he belong to? And I go, that one's mine. And he high-fived me. And he's like, fucking right on. And I was like, fucking thanks.
Did you see that? You see my peacock feathers coming up?
So we walk into the elevator, and one of the people we were with was like staring at John. And she goes, are you okay? And John's like, I'm fucking sexy. And she goes, if that would have happened to my fiance, he would have been pissed and probably beat the shit out of that guy. And John goes, you need a new fiance.
She did.
She did. He's bald with a beard.
Chunky.
I was like,
he's a zaddy.
He's a zaddy. So now I'm like freaking out.
And then the last sign we went to, that dude wanted to buy me a shot just because my beard was sexy as fuck.
Yeah, dude, your beard. Let me buy you a shot. Yeah, and then the other chick, the audio lady, one like, oh my god, she has no idea how.
And then where was I? I was somewhere. I was at the races on Saturday, and there's a tint window place, and I was talking. Me and Jason were talking in the parking lot, and some lady and her kids were standing there at the tent thing, and I started walking, and he goes, man, that chick was just checking you out. So I've been getting hit on a lot.
I'm an ugly wife.
No, I'm just a sexy dude.
I am going to call Stacia. School of thought. I'm the ugly wife.
You are not. You're way prettier than me.
Obviously not.
Listen.
Fucking somebody hit on me now. Okay, but anyway... So here's the thing. I don't drink. I'm not good at it. So I took that fucking scorpion shot, and then I got a twisted tea and I drank a little over half. I'm kind of proud of myself. But I was toasted. I was gone.
You were wrecked.
I was gone.
Yeah, you were wrecked.
So John, Diana, and Jordan are talking about like where we should go. I don't fucking care. Wherever John goes, I'm going to be led. So while they're talking, they're still walking. And I look over and I see two older women, probably in their 60s, give or take 10 years because of smoking and drinking, and they were heavier.
So they were 35.
Yeah. And then another lady who was younger, like I want to say in her 40s, give or take 10 years, smoking and drinking and living a hard life. And they're screaming at each other in the middle of Fremont Street. I stop like I am watching TV. And I know, like, my eyes were super wide. John and them are still walking. And I'm watching, and the younger lady takes one of the older lady's phones and throws it on the floor. Drunk Joy is very helpful. So Drunk Joy starts walking over to pick up the phone for the lady, because I don't know. And the young chick kicks it down Fremont. And I was like, oh, shit. And they're screaming at each other. So the older lady walks to go get her phone. The other older lady goes with her, and the younger lady's behind them screaming. So I start walking with them.
I'm going to go with this party. This is fun.
And I'm walking and I'm listening to them scream at each other. And the chick kicks it again.
See, I didn't realize that this was that big a I missed this whole thing.
I know you guys were all talking, and I'm watching, and I am like way too close to this, and I should not have been.
Like,
and then I
you're
hear
invested in it.
And then I hear John go, "Joy!" And I was almost 4 casinos down. Like I was like a stray dog. Whoo.
Hey, where are they going?
And I look, and I was all, oh shit.
And then like 5 minutes later, we're walking and you're like, oh my God, you didn't see that girl get her phone kicked? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I still don't know what you're talking about.
So then John and Diana leave me, and I'm with Jordan, and this young Chippendale dancer was like, hey, young ladies, would you like to take a picture? And he's giving us beads. And I'm like, no. He's like, where are you from? And I'm all Santa Clarita. And he's like, I'm from Thousand Oaks. And I was like, oh, you're from hell on hard times, baby. And then he goes, would you like to take a picture? And I was like, no. And he's like,
no, I can go to Thousand Oaks and find one of those.
Yeah, and I go, no. And he's like, come on, take a picture with me. And I go, you're so young, you could have came out of my vagina. And Jordan starts laughing. And then I like patted him. Like I did the mom pat. Like, oh, it's okay. And then I'm all, do you want your beads back? And he's like, no. And I was like, okay. So then we're walking. Same night, same scorpion shot. And I look up, and the chick who's doing the zip line is stuck because
That's
she's
right.
so tiny. So I decide.
You start waving at her.
I talked to her. I'm all, hi. And she's like, hi. And I'm all, how are you? So fucking drunk. Well, here's the thing. When they come and rescue you from the zip line, the way they do it is they to you, they hook you on, and then they start like army crawling back. So her face was in his taint. Like he's legs spread, army crawling back, and she's just full
in his taint, like smelling
nose
his
asshole situation. And I looked at Diana and I go, oh my God, that lady's in that guy's taint. And then I swear to you, I was drunk though, so I don't know. I swear to you, the lady goes, oh my God, I'm in this man's taint.
She didn't realize it until you said it.
Because she's just being rescued off of Fruit Monster.
So how was your zipline ride? Well, it was pretty fast in the beginning. It got a little
musty.
slow at the end. And then, I went into a musk cloud that smelled a little tainty. It was a little tainted.
And then we went and got pizza at the Hole in the Wall place that isn't a Hole in the Wall
that's good
place
pizza,
anymore. Because it cost way more than it
Still
used
good
to.
pizza.
Still good pizza. And then there was a lady all dressed in white, and she was so pretty. And I was like, you're so pretty. Like, good for you for dressing up. And Jordan's like, you just make friends. And I was like, yeah, I just make friends. It's just, I talk to people. So
Right.
that was the only night I drank. We
Right.
left the other Twisted
So
Tea
I'm trying to
in.
think there was some other stuff too, but I can't remember. There were some good people watching, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
We'll have to check it out next time.
Check it
But
out.
yeah, so other than that, we give a thumbs up to Four Queens. That was a good time. They were all right.
Yeah, we're actually going back for John's 50th.
Are we staying at the Four Queens or the D?
Oh, I'm not telling you.
Oh, surprise.
Surprise, motherfucker!
All right. Well, wherever we stay for my birthday, if you want to come see us, well, don't. Just kidding.
We'll
if
be
you
having
really wanted to.
structure time.
Well, yeah, at like 30 seconds at a time.
Okay. 30 whole seconds.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we got to have warm-up day,
I have
strong
to
day, and finish day.
All
All right, let's get out of here then.
All right,
Let's call it.
lick clit surprise.
Thanks for listening. Welcome
Yeah.
back. Have a good day. Have a good week. And don't get caught on the zip line because you'll get in someone's taint.
Yeah. Taint fun.
Because taint fun. And if you cross a crosswalk in front of me, motherfucker, watch out.
Oh my God. Don't do it.
Good day.